Hey there, this is Mike with Adventures in Flight. Thank you very much for joining me for this video presentation. As always, I do appreciate you taking time to join me. Well, the other day I had attempted a test using the DJI Air 3S. And the test was basically going to see how video footage would look with filters and without filters. And I only tested one filter. I tested the ND8 filter and I used no filter. And when I went back, did post-production on this, I was thinking this can't be right. And turned out I needed to do some additional research with regard to how filters work and what is the more optimal time of day to use a filter. So I decided right before I get things started here in my workday to do a quick waypoint circuit in my usual spot to see how things would look. So this time I tested three scenarios. The first scenario was with no filter, the standard cover that comes with the Air 3S. The second was with the ND8. The third was with the ND32, I believe. Let me make sure of that. Yes, ND32. So, and I wanted to see how things would appear. Now, right now, it is a bright, sunny day here. Now, it's early in the morning, so that kind of qualifies in the ND8 zone, but since it's so bright, that kind of crosses into the ND32 zone. But there may not be a need for a filter anyway. So, what will the end result be? I don't know. Now, I'm going to make a confession. This test has already been conducted. I have no idea what anything looks like because obviously I have not had a chance to do post-production, and there's this thing called work that gets in the way. So therefore, my post-production work will probably not occur until later this afternoon or first thing tomorrow morning. So therefore, it will not be an immediate answer. Well, I guess in my terms, it won't be an immediate answer. As you're watching this, it'll look all seamless and make you think that it was all done in the same day. But obviously, that's not going to be the case here. So I did have the ability to look through the controller at all three circuits and all three scenarios. Again, the controller does not give you a good idea of how things look. I will say the ND32 looked a little washed out, but again, that's too soon to tell. I have been so dead wrong trying to compare things looking at the controller. So with that being said, I'm just going to have to rely on post-production work to validate my findings. But anyway, this is more of again, a discovery mission for me to learn more about filters because I do want to start incorporating them in some of my videography and make sure that I am capturing things correctly. And again, as someone mentioned to me a while back, there may be no need to use a filter. So we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, so again, this is a test with the DJI Air 3S. Now, I will have an outro video that will basically announce what my findings are and share that with you all on this particular video. The original video I did earlier in the week, I have deleted that because it was just garbage. And quite honestly, not relevant. So anyway, that footage is gone and we'll just move on to what we shot today and make our appropriate comparisons. But anyway, I've done the flights, so I've already gotten to it, but now it's time for post-production. And as I say, let's get to it. All right, let's get to it with this post-production assessment. And right out of the gate, you can tell the big difference between the three videos. Video number one, the top left-hand corner with no filter, outstanding. All the colors are popping and snapping. I mean, the greens really stand out. The top right-hand corner, the ND8, the greens are there, but they're just not as vibrant. And looking down at the bottom center with the ND32, there's just kind of a more of a brownish hue than anything with that video. Again, this is very similar to the test I did earlier in the week, where I used no filter and ND8, and the difference the difference wasn't that much, but there were kind of like smudges on the screen with the ND8 when it came to the sky. I don't see those type of smudges because obviously it's a crystal clear day here with no clouds. But you can certainly see the difference. And this shot right here is indicative of the quality. Obviously, the ND32 shot looks brown. I mean, it's just got this brown hue to it. And you would think that that video was being shot in the fall, but yet this is April 24th, 2026. And again, the colors for the no filter just absolutely pop. They are truly, truly outstanding. ND8's okay, but it just doesn't have that vibrant snap to it. Now, I'm going to tell you that I am a novice when it comes to filters. And the other day when I did my flight, it was partly cloudy. The sun was going in and out of the clouds. And I wanted to use a filter, and based on what I had been told previously, that the ND8 filter was going to be the better option. Well, it turned out that the ND8 filter had smudges in the blue sky, which I did not understand. But anyway, today, since it is crystal clear, and since this was filmed just after 9 a.m., you would think that in that time frame, it would be an ideal time for the ND8 to be able to use that. Or if I had an ND16, perhaps that would be a more appropriate filter to use. But obviously, in this particular case, no filter turns out to be the better option. Now, I was going to say the following and make a confession, and that confession is when you look at, or actually, I did some research on this. And I looked at ChatGPT, and when I do the outro video, I'll put up on the screen what I am looking at. And basically, I had asked for a guide in terms of which filter to use during which time of the day. And basically, looking at ND filters, it said that for sunrise, sunset, and it's cloudy, ND4 and ND8. ND16, morning, late afternoon, partly cloudy. And then ND32, midday, sunny, standard video. Well, it's sunny, but the ND32 is not looking so good. But then again, it's not midday. Bright noon would be ND64, very sunny. And then ND128 and 256 would be extreme brightness. And the other things that I looked at through ChatGPT were basically looking at the various things. So in terms of looking at this section that is labeled as real world decision matrix. Look at the sky. So cloudy, ND8, N16. Partly cloudy, N16 to N32. Sunny, N32 to N64. Well, I used the N60 or N32. That's where everything looks brown. So I don't get that. But anyway, we're about to come to the conclusion of this particular waypoint mission. And I just wanted to share what those findings were that ChatGPT told me. Now, I'm probably going to have to do some additional research through maybe a different AI mechanism to see if I can get some more valid results or if the results turn out to be the same. But obviously, the conclusion here is no filter is the best filter to use in this scenario. Now, and I am using automatic settings, so that may be a factor as well. Maybe I have to use manual settings to get more bang for my buck in terms of the quality. But anyway, we are approaching the end, so we'll stop this voiceover assessment and we'll turn it over for the outro assessment. Alrighty, I told you I'd be back and I'd probably look different. And here I am. I am looking different, all cleaned up yet again. Alright, so the post-production work is complete and I can say that the use of the no filter was far superior than using a filter. And I mentioned in the video that I was given advice by ChatGPT. After doing the post-production work, I went back to ChatGPT and asked or gave ChatGPT more details pertaining to what I was doing. And here's essentially what this said is I was flying in full automatic mode. And it says, when you fly in full auto, your drone is dynamically adjusting ISO, shutter speed, white balance, and color processing. And when you add an ND filter, you're forcing the camera to compensate for reduced light. In auto mode, that compensation often introduces side effects. And that is what occurred on the Monday video that I've discarded. And again, you won't see that. And it says why your no filter footage looks better. So faster shutter, greater than, or leads to a sharper image, less motion blur. Lower isolation, cleaner image, less noise, no color shift from the filter glass. And then DJI's processing pipeline is optimized for this scenario. And basically, in short, it says auto mode prioritizes clarity but not cinematic motion blur. Then it mentions some of the trade-offs that you experience. And basically, at the time that I filmed this particular video, it says light is already strong, but not harsh midday yet. This is actually a sweet spot where ND filters are optional, but not mandatory. And then it talks about content style and so on and so forth, and filter quality, which is often overlooked. These were the default DJI filters. And then the time of day, and it basically says you may not need an ND32 filter yet, or no filter. But anyway, then it mentions something about YouTube, and basically for what I'm doing, no filter or an ND8, late morning or midday, ND16, ND32, water and reflections, ND and polarized, and golden hour, ND8 or none. And when to skip ND entirely when I'm doing a test like this? Well, I'm doing more than just testing. I'm also doing this for videography, reviewing image quality, blah, 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 blah. Bottom line is, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just optimizing for your output medium. Now, it's telling me that if I want to get to the next level, that I need to switch to manual exposure and basically lock the shutter speed to 160 for 30 frames per second and lock ISO as low as possible. And that's when it states that ND filters become essential instead of optional. So anyway, the bottom line here is, as someone told me, and I don't know who it was, but I think it was someone on Reddit, that filters are not necessary, but they're not necessary when you're doing an auto flight. Okay, lesson learned. All right, now, what's the next step? I need to start playing around with the manual settings and see what happens with that. So more to come with that down the road. All right. Well, let me just close things out and saying, if you have other suggestions that ChatGPT has failed to mention, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Leave a comment below, and I would appreciate any and all feedback. And if you have any other ideas, any other thoughts that maybe I should just stay with automatic and leave everything else alone, fine. But if I'm really trying to take my videography and photography using a drone to the next level, maybe I should start using filters and automatic settings and look deeper into that. So again, any and all suggestions are appreciated. All right, well, let me thank all of you who are subscribers to this channel. I do appreciate you taking time to watch and be with me on these learning journeys that I have. If you are not a subscriber, I would appreciate that you would give me consideration in terms of joining my channel. And certainly I will have moments like this where I do not pretend to know it all. I don't. And I'm looking to gain additional knowledge. So any insight that can be provided, that would be great. And if you become a member and press notify, you'll be alerted anytime that I put something out there similar to this that will ask questions pertaining to using proper settings. All right. And if I could get you to give me a thumbs up for this particular video, it would be most appreciated as well. All right, well, that's going to end it for now. This is Mike with Adventures in Flight. Thank you all for joining. Bye for now.